In this video, I'm going to show you how to install an ice maker outlet box. And if you're new to this channel, my name's Josh. This channel is all about DIY, save a ton of money. So be sure to subscribe, ring that bell so you get notification every time I release a new video, and hammer that like button for me. That's awesome in return for making this video. You're going to be really impressed on just how easy it is to install this. I would like to thank SharkBite for sponsoring this video. SharkBite is famously known for their push-to-connect fittings, and this ice maker outlet box has just that. And this is a SharkBite Max fitting, so if you'd like to check out this ice maker outlet box, I'll put a link to it in the description below. I'm now going to unbox the ice maker outlet box. Here's the SharkBite Ice Maker Outlet Box, and this has a cover that goes on after the installation and the drywall is installed. It's going to give it a nice finished look. So this is going to pop off like so for the installation. When we install the refrigerator, here's where we will thread the 1/4-inch water line onto for the ice maker. Then the nailing flange here on the side is where we are going to anchor this to studs, and we're going to do that now. To install the ice maker outlet box, we want to make sure that we install this offset to the left or right side of where the refrigerator is going to go. Our opening is going to start from here and then go 36 inches to here. So we know we need the ice maker outlet box on this side or this side. We're going to place it right against this stud because we're going to be offset to the left instead of having it right here in the center. And because of that, we need to frame this to support on the nailing flange on this side and this side. So we're going to place this against the stud and mark down on the plate in order to drill through the floor to bring our water line up through first. Then we'll frame the supports. To accurately mark the floor in order to drill out for the water line, simply place the ice maker outlet box up against the stud where it's going to be attached. Even though it's going to be attached much higher, we're going to mark it down here on the plate in order to drill the hole out. Now we know we need to drill that out right here in this area to bring the water line through. Using a 5/8 inch drill bit, this is the perfect size for the SharkBite PEX A water line to go through to where the water line is going to be snug in the hole. So I'm going to drill out right in the center of that mark. Now that I have the hole drilled, I can place the framing to support the ice maker outlet box. The recommended height of the ice maker outlet box is 18 inches to the top when installing it. I'm going to measure up off the subfloor, mark 18 inches on this stud and this stud before placing a block in between this area. Using a speed square, I'm going to transfer a line onto the stud in order to install our block. We know the block is to be installed above the line. Placing a block into the stud space, we're going to line it up with the lines and flush to the stud. Here we can hand drive nails into the side of the stud to hold the blocking or screws. I have a nail gun. I know a lot of people don't have one, which is totally fine, so you can just use a hammer and nail here. For the vertical block, I'm going to come over 6 inches from the stud on the plate and on the block in order to mark where it's going to be placed. To anchor the ice maker outlet box, we can place screws or nails into these holes. I'm going to use screws and place them right into the stud on each corner and place it tight against the block, and that gives us our 18-inch height to the top of the outlet box. And I'm going to center this up right between the block and the stud. That's all there is to anchoring the ice maker outlet box. We can now run our PEX A up to the box. I'm here in the basement directly below where we drilled the hole through the floor for the ice maker outlet box. Using 1/2-inch SharkBite PEX A, I'm going to fish it directly up through the floor to the ice maker outlet box. Now you do not have to use PEX A. You could use PEX B, CPVC, or copper. So whatever's in your house is what I'd recommend running. This is a new construction house we are building and we are running PEX A throughout it. I'm going to fish this directly through the hole that we drilled. In order to prepare the PEX to be inserted into the SharkBite Max fitting, I'm going to be using the deburring tool that has a depth gauge on it. And this is for 1/2 inch, 3/4, and 1 inch. This side is for the first generation SharkBite, but because this is Max, we're going to use this side. And this is going to be easier to push into the SharkBite Max fitting compared to the first generation. So that's a big benefit to the SharkBite Max fitting over the first generation. Using the 1/2 inch side for the 1/2 inch pipe, I'm going to place it over the 1/2 inch pipe and deburr the pipe. Using a marker, I'm going to mark the bottom of the deburring tool, and that's the insertion depth to go into the SharkBite Max fitting. Now for the easy part, I'm going to place that directly into the SharkBite Max fitting. Because we marked the insertion depth, we now know the pipe is all the way up into the SharkBite Max fitting. We are now connected to the ice maker outlet box. As for the snap-on faceplate, this is to be permanently installed after the drywall is hung, but we do not want to lose track of this, so we're going to go ahead and snap this on now. Then once we get to the drywall, we can snap this off and then install the drywall, then snap it right back on. So that's a great feature to this ice maker outlet box. And again, if you'd like to check that out, I'll put a link to it in the description below. Now that I have the 1/2 inch water line connected to the ice maker outlet box, I can run it over to the 3/4 inch water line to make the connection. In order to do this, I'm going to run it up into this joist space, come down and drill through the wall, then connect to a T that I placed in the previous video that I explained was for this ice maker outlet box. So I'm going to go ahead and drill the holes and run it over to this T. If you are not familiar with PEX pipe, it is very flexible, so it's very forgiving when you're working with it. So I'd highly recommend PEX pipe over copper or CPVC. In order to connect to the T, I'm going to cut the pipe the length first. You can see we can cut it right in this area, should be plenty. This is the SharkBite PEX tubing cutter, and this thing is really sharp and cuts really well, and I'll put a link to this in the description below. It also has a locking feature on it, which I really like. Now that we have this cut the length, we need to place our expansion sleeve on this and expand it 4 times and slide it right over that T. Our connection is made, very straightforward and easy. In order to support this section of PEX that's hanging here, I'm going to be using 1/2 inch half clamps, and they're going to clamp right around the PEX tubing. Then they're going to nail right to the joist, and that's going to secure it and hold it in place. Coming from the ice maker outlet box, going down side the joist, then through the wall, then intersecting into the 3/4 inch water line. If you'd like to see how I installed this washing machine outlet box, check out this video. It'll help you out.